moving on, we talk about conflict, communication, and connection. All right. When things get heated, who says I'm sorry first? And when you say I'm sorry, is it because it's your fault or because you just figure that's the easiest route?
It could be either or.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Because I don't want to be mad, for a long period of time. I mean, it gets you nowhere. So somebody got to do it. Somebody got to say I'm sorry, at least something.
Yeah.
Um, but sometimes neither one of us may say I'm sorry. We just try to move on, or I come in, or I just walk up to her and do that, poke her, or just push on the like. Let's just cut it out. We're gonna fight. Let's just fight. Let's just go ahead and just wrestle, do whatever we need to do to get it out, so we can move on. Because this walking around and not talking is not it's not getting us anywhere. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's pretty much what happens. I don't know why women don't like saying I'm sorry to their spouse. That's
Untrue.
Are
Untrue.
you sure?
I'm positive.
That's the thing. Like why wives don't say I'm sorry? They just you want something to eat.
It's the same of you. It's the same as you poking me. You don't always say the words "I'm sorry" either. Sometimes it's just you poking me or just saying something or just trying to hug me. I'm like, no, we can't hug it out. We can't hug it out. No.
Oh man, that's it.
So sometimes sorry ain't in the books. So even if you
Right.
are, sometimes you just won't say it. Is that being stubborn or is that just
I'll give an example. Yesterday, we had an argument yesterday before we left for the day. It wasn't like a drag out conversation. I just stopped talking. I was just like, okay, let me just move on. And instead of me apologizing, I texted him. I was like, I hope you made it to work safely. And he was like, I did. Did you? And I was like, yes, I did. I made it to work safely. I was like, well, have a good day. He said, have a good day. And that was my way of saying I'm sorry. I'm checking in to make sure you made it to work safely after, we had our little argument. So
Yeah, yeah.
I don't always say the words I'm sorry,
No.
which is true, but neither do you.
No, I don't.
Okay.
And I'm real petty about it too.
You are.
Yeah, I sure am. Because that same morning we had the argument, and then she left, and like before she leave, we always kiss and we walk away. She didn't do that. She left, and then she left. She put the garage door up and everything, and I'm like, okay, cool then. That's what we doing back. After that, she left and she raised the garage door, but then she waited, and then she walked back in the house, acting like she left something.
I
I'm
did
like,
leave something. I did leave something.
you did?
I
Okay.
did.
I'm like, really? For real? So what you doing? Give me a second chance to say I'm sorry? Like that's what we doing?
No, it wasn't even like that. But then you made me give you a kiss.
Yeah, I did. I'm like, this is real childish, man. Just give me a kiss so we can go.
I guess.
yeah?
Mm.
It's always good to leave on a good note, even if you guys are mad at each other. We practice that too.
Yeah.
Even though it might be a reluctant kiss,
Yeah.
it's still a kiss before you go.
And that's what it was. It was reluctant.
It was.
Yeah, like people don't remember what you did a lot of the times, but they do remember how you made them feel, and that'll
Yeah.
last a long time. So that you don't want, and I'm not saying you, I'm just saying just to everybody listening, you don't want to say something that you might regret later because it will, if it hurts that person's feelings and something happens to that person over the course of the day, it's crazy,
Yeah.
right? So you don't know,
Yeah.
Oh
you
yeah.
don't know what they're dealing with, the time they did it, and sometimes they won't talk to you and tell you. But it's all about the words
Yeah.
coming out of your mouth, whoever you are, that make that
Right.
person feel a certain way, and that drive to work could be just hell, as I say, and then they drive home, and the whole day at work could be hell because of what you said to them. So it is best to
Right.
leave it with some sort of positive, reinforcement before you leave, even if it's not saying I'm sorry, but that kiss at the end of the, the beginning of the day seems to work. So at
Yeah.
least in my relationship, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like even though we fight, we know how we fight.
Yeah.
We
Right,
know it's not going. It's not nothing. It's not anything serious.
Yeah.
right,
So we know, hey, like if it's below the belt, like, hey man, that was a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's something like I say, it was something petty, like what we was fighting about the other day. At the end of the day, we know we're gonna get back together. It's nothing too crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
what you would probably say is never say nothing that you don't never say nothing that you don't want them to repeat later. And you
Yeah.
again them feelings, something about feelings.
Mm.
I
Yep.
tell everybody I don't have no feelings, but for four people, and that was my mama, my three daughters, and my mama, my three daughters, and my wife. Them the only people can hurt my feelings. Everybody
Yeah.
else is whatever. I can get over that.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
my mama's no longer with me, so at least four. My three girls and my
Yeah.
wife. Everybody else is whatever. I only got a
Right.
couple of feelings left for a couple of people, and they're the only ones that can hurt it.
Right. Right.
Oh,
So, Jimmy, you're a DJ, correct?
yes, sir.
Um, is that Jennifer? Is that an outside distraction for you, or do you show up at his shows, or what kind of DJ are you, Jimmy? Well, let's go with Jimmy. What kind of DJ are you, and
Yeah.
and what do you do, and are you looking for any gigs? Because I might need some. I'm just joking.
It don't have to be a joke. I travel.
All right. So what do you do?
um, yes, I am a mobile and wedding DJ. So
Oh,
yeah, so I just move around. So so that's the kind of DJ I am. I mostly do weddings, but I do all types of events. So that's pretty much what I do. And I started DJing maybe like I started back in 2004, and I met Jennifer in 2006. So right at the beginning stage, she when we started dating, she would show up at some of my events, um, or the ones that she could show up to because I do mostly private events. So, but some of the parties that I did, she did show up to them, because she was all in love and stuff. She was like, "Oh, that's my man right there." She did that whole thing with, she would show up with her friends and they'll be looking at me DJ and stuff.
Yeah.
But then after we got married, she was like, okay, whatever. And I
That's
was,
right. Oh my God.
no more
oh
interest. I'm
man,
over it.
yeah, no more interest. I'm staying home. Don't worry about it. But no, but most of my events are private, so she couldn't show up anyway. But that's pretty much what it was. But I don't think it's any distractions
Yeah.
with our relationship. As
No.
far as,
I met him that way. He
yeah.
was a DJ when I met
Right.
him.
Hmm.
So it's not a distraction at all. I don't come to his gigs because I'm not trying to distract him most of the time because he's like hyper focused. If I'm at the event, it's because I was invited to the event, but I try not to be at any of his gigs nowadays. Just so he can focus, do what he needs to do, and just kind of, move on.
What kind of focus you talking about?
I don't know, because you're like focused on the music and making sure you can get your next part and all that kind of stuff. So I try not to be a distraction.
Well,
But,
I mean, the last couple of events that I've done where she attended, I mean, they were pretty much good because she'll walk up and you need anything, you need something to
yeah.
drink, you need something to eat, and yeah, you bring me some water or something like that, and she'll bring it to me so I don't have to go look for it or anything. So that was a help.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. Yeah, so. But yeah, I think he's the best DJ, not just because he's my husband and he'll tell you, I don't really pull any punches. If he did horrible, I'll tell him in a nice way, but he never does horrible, so. I don't have to say that.
Okay. Well,
You do a good job. You're a really good DJ. That's why anytime I get a chance to tell somebody if someone needs a DJ, I'm like, oh, have you checked out Jimmie? My husband's a DJ. You know, I try to, share that information when I can.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Yeah, you contribute to the household. If you
it. Right?
Yeah.
promo
I need
your
the money
husband,
to come back to the house. I need the money to
we'll
come
take
back to
all
the
of your
house.
business. It's all good. And then Jimmy's
Yes.
overbooked. Jimmy's overbooked. He can't do every job now because you done booked him out.
And I wouldn't do that to him. Well, what's your price? What's your price? Might be the thing. Goes to the highest bidder.
I don't know. You don't want no bridezillas for no DJ. You want to?
Yeah.
Do you actually check out the bride and the husband before you do the DJing for them, or you get with the promoter or whoever the heck's doing it?
Oh no, well the way I do it is people usually like find me for their weddings online or something like that, and then they'll call me up or email me and ask me to be their DJ. But I really don't figure out whether they're going to be a bridezilla or anything like that until they already booked me, and I get that feeling, that vibe when they start sending me their requests and emails and stuff. I'm like, oh no, no. Yeah, but well, glory to God, I don't get too many of them, but every
Right.
now and then I get one, and I know how to handle them, so
Yeah.
Right.
I just got to work through it. Yeah,
Very professional.
yeah,
Get them everything they want without sacrificing your integrity, and you be good, man.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
That's usually how that works. I used to do photography
Mhm.
side by side with the DJ. So he was DJing, I was doing the photographs, and yeah, some of them people, I tell you what, you pray for them as you're going through it because they already who they are, right? So
Oh yeah,
For
yeah.
sure. For sure.
Mhm.
so another question with this, how do you navigate like social media and stuff like that? You guys usually like together, or do you have, I don't know what your profiles look like, but do you like, so because some people have their spouses on their profile picture because that's the only way that they could get a profile picture on a certain app. How do you guys navigate social media? You guys got your own, or you got a separate, or you got one of your own and separate, or how do you do that?
Mm.
We are separate because even though we're married, we're still individuals.
Yes.
I just
Yes.
don't feel the need to have a page together. Most of my friends on, especially Facebook, he's friends with them too. So,
Man.
there's no need for us to be, oh, Jimmie and Jennifer, like, okay, we know we're married. Uh, but you're still an individual. You still need to have your own personal space.
Yeah.
Do
Um,
you think it's, I was gonna say, do you think it's funny how a husband will say, "Oh, that I love my wife," and then the wife will respond to the same post and say, "Yeah, I love you too," and then literally sitting in the same room with each other. Is that a thing you guys do, or is you guys against that, or what? Because I'm totally against that. I feel like you could have just said it. You didn't have to put it on Facebook, but that's
but
okay.
You just said it to me.
And I usually ignore it, but
yeah, yeah, I ignore it too. I see it and I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, y'all right by each other. I don't need to see y'all conversation.
Yeah. I don't think. No, have we ever done anything
No,
like that? No,
no,
that's not. No. Mm-mm.
yeah,
mm-mm.
yeah.
I guess.
I'll put out a
I
happy
guess.
birthday post. I'll put out a happy birthday post
Yeah.
to my wife, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I won't put out a hey, Merry
Mhm.
Christmas, honey.
Why would you that? That's weird.
I've seen so much. I've seen so much of that. It makes me laugh. Like, you know these people, and you're like, why are you saying Merry Christmas to your husband on Facebook? Why does that make sense?
I don't know.
And we don't post each other a whole lot on social media. Like,
Right.
I think we're both very much of the mindset of like, let's live in the moment.
Right.
We take pictures and everything, but everything doesn't have to be on social media. There's some things that I just want to keep between us. I don't want to share it with the whole world, so I don't feel the need to post every single thing that we do or every picture that we take
Right.
for the world to see. That's for us. And so I think we try our best to kind of like live in the moment, have our moments with our family together that we just don't particularly need to share with everybody.
Right. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That was for me. I'm going to mark that part because that's a good one.
Yeah.
So, well said, well said. So when you guys are so busy, you have to reconnect. How do you decide to reconnect?
Usually we'll probably go out to eat.
Yeah.
Go out on a dinner date. I just try to spend some time with each other. If it ain't nothing but just watching a Netflix show or something like that. Just spending time to just talk to each other and just hang out a little bit. Like I said, we can't go out if we don't have a sitter for the kids, and we'll just watch a movie when they go to bed.
Yeah.
And if we do have a sitter, then we'll go out to eat or go catch a movie or something.
Yeah.
So.
And then I would say, like, on a daily basis, we have pillow talks. That's how the podcast even came about. Because every night before we go to bed, we just catch up and, like, talk about what happened during the day and things we may have going on with the kids or whatever. So we called it pillow talk. Let's have pillow talk. Let's, catch up. Tell me, how was your day? What happened at work? And he hears all the stuff that happens at my job, and and if anything interesting happens on his job, he tells me about it. So yeah, that's literally how the podcast came about. So
And we'll talk about that more because I do want you guys to plug your stuff, and I really do like your episodes. I don't get to watch many of them, but I do like your episodes. I'm just wondering why you're not in bed when you do that. You literally should be. I'm cutting this out, but you literally should be sitting in bed with pillows behind your head somewhere, so you can see a pillow, talking, and the camera on your bed. And you don't have to show your personal bed. You can sit in your son's bed. It don't matter. But you want set up something in the computer room or something like that where it looks like you're in bed. And I think that would get you guys a little more visuals. Mood lighting, a little.
I just thought it was too much,
I actually think I told him that. I was like, "Are we gonna record in the bed? We should do like that."
Yeah. You a DJ, you hook up the lights, have a nice little light thing. It's bright, but it's romantic, and do your pillow talk, sir. I'm just saying, it's just my opinion. I'm just talking right now. But.
Yeah.
See, that's not a bad idea. See,
great minds think alike, Jennifer. Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
We'll get him. He's like, oh heck no. He's like, this dude needs to shut up. Hey, I don't know what he's talking about, and stop agreeing with my wife.
Yeah, it'll get some eyeballs. They're like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Think about it, Jimmie. Just think about it.
Yeah. I'll think about it.
Even if you guys are sitting in chairs like this and you up against the wall and you got pillows behind your head, it look like you got a headboard. There you go.
We just need a visual.
Just a visual, yeah. Or AI, not AI, green screen it. There you go, green screen it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I think it'd be more aesthetically not pleasing, but more aesthetically relevant, I guess. To what you guys are doing, and it's something I haven't seen anywhere. So.
Okay.
If you ever talk to my brother, he'll tell you I'll just throw out random stuff like that, and people either agree or they don't agree, and ain't nothing I can do about it. That's just my mind working.
Yeah.
Deal. Anyway.
Okay.
All right. Next question. What's the best love or marriage advice you've ever heard? Who did you hear it from, and how do you apply it? And you can go step by step, or you can take it into the whole thing at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the best advice I've ever heard, it came from my dad, and it's not really pertaining to marriage, but it's just life in general. He always used to tell me, if you take care of it, it'll take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
And he just said that's just pretty much in everything. If you take care of your car take care of you. You know, you get there everywhere you need to go. And if you get the oil change and take care of the tires, it'll take care of you by doing that.
Right.
If you take care of your wife, if you make sure she's all right, if you always provide for her and do everything else, she'll take care of you.
Right.
You can take that any kind of way you want to take it.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but she'll make you happy in return, and and the same thing with your kids, same thing at your job. If you do what you're supposed to do at your job, it'll take care of you by making sure you have one and stuff like that. So, I mean, that was like the best advice I could possibly have. So,
That's good.
yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh.
What do you say about that, Jennifer?
I think that's good advice. I hadn't heard that one before. As far as love goes, oh goodness, the best advice. Always hear, don't go to bed. Don't go to bed angry.
Right.
So I take that to mean as make sure you talk out whatever issues you have, because you, like we said previously, you don't know what's going to happen to that person. We're not guaranteed breath in our bodies the next day, so
Right.
make sure you don't go to bed angry.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's good advice.
Good advice both ways. Yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll move on. God dang it. I got too much light in here, I think. I think that's what that issue is. I got way too much light, and it does that little silver thing just doesn't show up correctly. But
Yeah.
all right, we're going to the very last end, and then after I ask you these questions, I'm going to have one random question, and you can answer it any way you want, any way you like. And then if you have any questions for me, it depends on what they are, whether I'm going to broadcast it or not later. But I'll let you know when I'm done recording, and then we can talk if you guys want to talk about anything else, and then I'll let you plug your web, your DJ, everything. I'll let you plug it, and then I do want you guys to send me links on it and stuff like that, so I can put them in the description. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. All right. So dreams, fun, future goals. So this is more of a fun thing. If you guys had no money issues, one, what's the first thing you would purchase? And two, where's the first location or vacation you would go if you did have no issues with money and you had just unlimited resources? What would you buy and where would you go? First two things. And you can each answer individually. I'd probably prefer that. So I'd like to know, then that way you guys know, if you don't have the same vision, you know exactly what everybody else, what each other are thinking. So we'll start with Jimmie. That's what do you think, Jimmie? Where would you go, and what would you do, and what would you buy?
If I had unlimited resources and I could buy something, I would probably buy some land.
Okay.
Yeah. A great deal size of land, so I could build on it and have no neighbors. and then put my family on it as well. So I think that's what I would buy. Vacation wise, I want to go to Fiji.
Fiji.
That's what.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make that a goal. I'm gonna make it a goal. I'm gonna go for our anniversary 1 year. So I know I'm gonna make that happen someday. Other than that, I think that's about it. I don't really have any wants too much.
Mm-hmm.
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
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 So,
Jennifer?
it's so funny that you said land because that was my first thought too. That's the first thing I would buy is a substantial amount of land and build on it and put my family on it.
Mm-hmm.
I might try to make a city if I really had the money. Just make a city and yeah. And where would I want to go? I would want to go to Turks and Caicos. I want to be on an island somewhere too. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. Turks and Caicos, I don't know. I think they get hurricanes. I don't know about that, Jennifer, but Fiji, they get tsunamis. So I don't mean to kill your dreams. I'm just saying. I'm thinking. I think like that.
I'm not going during hurricane season, so it's gonna be on the off season, like October, November, something like that, when hurricanes are
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I just throwing that in there, just letting y'all know. Never can tell, but no, I just just throwing that out there. I'm sorry, I was a party pooper. I'll cut that out or something.
It's fine. It still wouldn't stop me from going. I live in Florida. I deal with hurricanes all the time, so a hurricane. Let's just try it out anyway.
I guess it's because you're in Jacksonville. You don't really have to worry about a whole lot of that. You're not.
Yeah.
You're more inland than you're way inland compared to the coast. So yeah, I think I remember where Jacksonville is at.
Yeah.
I got people living there, so I think I remember what it looks like. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bless you.
thank you. I had to cut that out. All right, so all right, moving on. What's something spontaneous or fun you guys do together without the kids? Or is it always with the kids because you ain't got a babysitter?
Spontaneous or fun. We're not, I don't think we're super spontaneous, but we've done lots of stuff without the kids. We've done an air balloon.
Mm-hmm.
Went to Orlando to do an air balloon thing. We've done zip lining together. One summer, this is funny, my son is in performing arts. So he had a performing arts event. We went to the event, and then right after we left and went to Miami to go to a Missy Elliott concert. It was like, all right, good job, we're out.
Yeah, that's good.
And so we're very blessed and grateful to have our parents. Both sets of parents live here in Jacksonville.
Wonderful.
And they want the kids all the time. So we say, go ahead, have them. And so we get to spend some time together,
Oh yeah.
like that. So what you got? Anything?
Yes, we are blessed to have them. They always, take the kids. That's pretty much where they're at now.
Mm-hmm.
I told my mom that I just needed her to watch the kids like last night, and then I'll pick them up today. She was like, "Can I just have them for the whole weekend?" I'm like, "I didn't ask you, but if you want them, you can." So
Yeah.
they quick to take the kids, and every time they do, we have as much fun as we can and at a lot of time, and then we go get them back. But we are blessed to have those moments where we can just hang out with each other. So
Right.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Alone time is really, really good for a couple. You don't get it. You don't get it when you start having kids. I know that.
Yeah.
And it takes a long time to get back to that point. So enjoy it as much as you can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Finally, last question for this series, and then I got one more question for you. What does financial freedom mean to you individually? And then what does financial freedom, I guess, mean as a couple? So we'll start with Jennifer first. With Jennifer.
Okay. Financial freedom for me means owing no man nothing, as when I think about it, as in Bible terms, like not owing any debts, being able to just live life how I want to live. That's how I view financial freedom. Yeah.
And how do you want to live, Jennifer? What do you mean? How do you want to live?
How do I want to live? So I
Yes.
want to, if I want to take a random trip somewhere and take a first class flight, I can just do it and have no worries about the debt behind it. It'll just be done. I can just do it and not have to, you know, rob Peter to pay Paul
Right.
just to do it. I'll just be able to do it, have no worries behind it, and move on.
Understood.
Yeah. What about
Jimmie?
you?
um, yeah, financial freedom for me is just not having to worry about bills, paying off consumer debt, and just not worrying, not having to worry about money in that sense, um, and just focus on building wealth, having um, finances to where if we need something, it can get taken care of within within days, and not having to save up for it is already done, and just being able to just live life without worrying about money at all.
Yeah.
And then I guess and that's the type of life I want to live. From this point on, is just not worrying about money, just being able to live life how I want to live life, and if something comes up, I can just leave and do it. So that's what I want to be. Mm,
Sounds good.
yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Bonus question. How do you two feel about leaving money or legacy for your children? Um, and now I ask that because some people go through life and they have great kids. Then some people go through life and they have horrible kids. Great or horrible. How do you, how how would you describe and what decision would you make depending on whether you had one or the other? 'Cause you got a good kid and then they wind up being a horrible kid. Do you still leave them that money? Or do you know what I'm saying? Or do
Yeah.
you decide against that and do something else with it? Are they worth it when they're not a great kid and they become a bad person?
Mm.
Wow.
Never thought about that, huh?
I don't foresee that. I feel like we're raising good kids. I feel like we're raising good kids and they have a good head on their shoulders. Now that 2-year-old, he gonna give us a fight. He's gonna give us a fight. Um, I think it's still worth leaving wealth for them, but I'll probably have some crazy stipulations for them to have to get the money if they were a horrible child. It would have to be, I would have some crazy stipulations. I don't know what that would be, but they'd probably have to jump through hoops to get to it. That would be like my punishment. Like, oh, you want to act crazy on me? Huh. If you want this money, this is what you're going to have to do. And if you don't, then it just sits there in a trust and hey, or maybe forfeit to the other child,
Yeah. No.
That's just, yeah, that's my thought on that. What you think?
I, yeah, I feel somewhat of the same way. I do think we are raising two great boys.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't feel like we're gonna have that problem out of them. And like I said earlier, like my oldest son is asking about money. So when he starts asking those real questions about money, I'm gonna sit him down and talk to him. Hey, this is what you need to do with your money starting now. Like don't wait till you get older. Start now. To set that foundation. Now, if they get older and they start doing some wild stuff, like really wild stuff, then no, I'm not gonna give you money, or give you abundance of wealth, and you drink it up or smoke it up or something like that. Because I just now read the story about the Vanderbilts and about those kids, how they came up, and I was like, that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. So if they on some stuff like that, no, I'm
Right.
I'm not giving you no money like that for you to do stuff like that. But if you got your head on right, then I can give you that money, and while I'm here, I can show you how to use that money while I'm
Right.
gone. So, but like she just said, I don't see that having no issues like that out of them too.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
I like that.
Good answer. Good answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
That's a good answer.
the final question: does that change if they decide to put you in a nursing home?
You know what? Is it a good nursing home though?
Mm.
I don't have a problem with the nursing home.
Yeah.
I personally don't have a problem with it. Just come and check on me every once in a while. Make sure they treat me right. Make sure I'm getting fed and cleaned and stuff like that. And if it's not a great nursing home, I need you to move me. Because, especially your older kids, they're going to have a life outside of you. And isn't it the goal of a parent is to raise your children so they can go out and live their life and create their own family?
Yes.
You don't forget about your family. You don't forget about your parents. But at the end of the day, they're trying to create their own lives too. And we did our job. We made sure that they were prepared to go out in the world and take care of themselves and leave a mark in the world. So nursing home, to me, if my children wanted to put me in a nursing home because they didn't feel capable to take care of me the way I need to be taken care of, I'm okay with that. Just make sure I'm all right. Come check on your mama. Come, make sure I'm doing all right. That's just my feeling on it.
Yeah. I would say it depends. It depends. If you have enough money, if you like balling out of control and you are able to take care of me, I want you to take care of me. Now, if you're not, if you can't, then, I understand. But I just say that because I know somebody that has their elderly parent in a separate house right by their house.
Right.
So it's like a little small house that they have and they built just for their parent. So
Right.
that's how they take care of them. And I'm like, that's dope. Now, if you can do that, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the means to do that, then yeah, you can put me in a nursing home. I don't care. It's fine. But just make sure it's a good nursing home,
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you say, just check up on me, make sure I'm good. Let me see the kids, stuff like that. But I do want you to live your own life.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a burden on you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, the burden part. You don't want to be a burden, but your kids were a burden to you at one time too, right?
Right?
No, they weren't. You know why? Because we chose to have that burden.
You're right. They
didn't
didn't choose to come into this world. That's true.
Right. We
I agree.
chose them.
They were still a burden at one time, but they did not choose that.
Yeah, they did not choose that.
Yeah. I already told my kids, no, you're going to build me a house on the land that you're on, somewhere in the back. Just come check on me every day.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to a nursing home. I go to a nursing home, you're getting nothing. You can hire a nurse. I'll have enough to hire a nurse. I'm good. But that's just me.
Okay, well, that, like an in-home nurse. Okay.
Yeah.
There's too many horror stories for nursing homes.
Yeah.
I believe in family as a unit, and like you said,
Yeah.
you want to buy a whole lot of land. That's probably the best
Yeah.
solution to that. Build a couple little houses and put you in the back or whatever you got to be. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
nursing home is not in the option there, Jennifer. Not in the option.
Okay. Okay. I can't even really see my kids putting me in a nursing home, especially our oldest. I don't see it, but
Yeah,
if they needed to, that'd be okay.
that's good. Right. So we're gonna conclude, and finally, we're gonna go with Jimmie and Jennifer, and we're going to let them give their shout outs to their social media and Jimmie's DJ business, and we'll get links in that, and we'll have it in the description below. What you got?
Well, the DJ services, my company is Dream Walking Entertainment, and you can go to my website, www.dreamwalkingent.com, and you can also follow me on social media. Just put in Dream Walking Entertainment, and it'll pop up on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And as far as our podcast is Pillow Talking with Jay and Jen, and you can find that on Facebook, you can find it on Instagram, and you can find it on YouTube with it's called PT with Jay and Jen on Instagram, and you can type in Pillow Talking with Jay and Jen on YouTube, and you'll see the channel and all the awesome shows that we have to offer.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's it today for Marriage Capital 101. Take your time to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell button so you're first to know when we drop new celebrity relationship news